is the 36th session of DMET Samvaad, wherein we will shed light on the topic balancing technical expertise and soft skills, and what the shipping companies expect from the DMET graduates. With Mr. Vinay Gupta, DMET class of 1993, roll number 3972, as our keynote speaker. With the ever-changing dynamics of the maritime sector, major companies seek the balance of technical expertise as well as the strong soft skills. To address the situation today, our session is graced by the man himself, Mr. Vinay Gupta, Managing Director of Union Marine Management Services. With this note, I, Cadet Dipanjan Chatterjee, roll number 9629, DMET class of 2026. I'm your host for today's session. I would like to welcome you all to the session that guides DMETians to pursue and sharpen their soft skills. In the current maritime scenario, companies not only seek for the technical knowledge of the cadets, but also that soft skills, such as strong leadership, good communication skills, problem solving abilities, adaptability, time management, and more so. Today's session, Sri Vinay Gupta sir, he will shed light as his expertise will guide us through today's topic.
Good evening, everyone. I, Cadet Aryan Patra, roll number 9611, DMET class of 2026, am the co-host of today's session. DMET Samvaad is a series of webinars that aims to bridge the gap between the alumni and the present-day cadets. This project, under the guidance of Associate Professor Sri Ishwar Arun Kishore sir, is the brainchild of Harsh Sinha sir and Sachin Kumar Mahato sir, both of whom are graduates of the class of 2020. Although DMET Samvad was initially designed as a platform to connect alumni with new cadets, it has since developed into a venue where new trends in the shipping industry are discussed, specific issues are raised, myths are dispelled, and pressing issues are brought to light.
Well, keeping this in mind, I invite Sri Ishwar Arun, a distinguished DMET alumnus from the class of 2001, roll number 5020, to please unmute and enlighten us with his thoughts on today's session.
Yeah, good evening, Dipanjan. Thank you for the wonderful information. There is some issue, which I could not unmute or start my video. Anyway, I think it's a very, very good session, and Sri Vinay Gupta is a very, very distinguished alumnus. He has been doing great in the domain of maritime industry, and it is pleasure actually to meet him and listen to him today on this session. Sri Vinay Gupta sir has been very, very supportive to our campus. In fact, he has been constantly supporting the student initiatives on this campus. He has been extremely helpful for any kind of assistance, even in the alumni, DMET alumni groups and all. I have seen him, he's a very, very apt business person, but with a very, very gentle, kind heart. That is what I could understand. In fact, I could meet sir last year at his office. It's wonderful to see him here. And speaking on the topic for today, it is stated as balancing technical expertise and soft skills. I believe there is something in the world which we need to be greedy about is both knowledge and skills. So there is no balancing. I believe we should go on with the technical expertise and soft skills. But let us hear from Sri Vinay Gupta sir. Sir, the stage is for you, sir. It is open for you. Thank you for joining and sharing your thoughts on the August forum. And for your knowledge, sir, we have for the very first time the 2024 joiners also on this group. They are very for the first time they are in the campus. Not yet the academics session has not yet started. It will be starting from 1st of August. So you may even address them as well, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Arun. Thank you so much. And first of all, good evening. I'm also not able to start my video. I'm not so sure if this is a technical glitch or is it some kind of a problem with the Zoom. But I'll try to speak without the video on. So first of all, thank you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, Arun. Thank you, Captain Rangachari, Mr. Rangachari, and everybody else who is here. And it's totally an honor to be invited to this forum once again. I spoke in this forum a few years back, and it's truly an honor, and I cannot thank you enough for giving me this opportunity. More so because obviously, as Arun rightly says, people who are involved in day-to-day, people who are involved in the technical management or technical supervision of vessels, I think it is important for them to keep doing whatever they are doing, and such interactions with the college actually gives us the balance that we need to have. We also need to have the balance. We also need to have the right skill sets or gain the right skill sets from the people who are going to be the leaders of tomorrow. So it's a two-way thing. It's not only one-way thing. I do not think that it's only the cadets of today who need these soft skills. It is also us that require to develop the soft skills to deal with the Gen Z. So before I start, once again, thank you so much. I totally agree. In some ways, I totally agree that the soft skills are as much important to handle the shipping of today or shipping that we have, because we are in a very dynamic world. And before we start to understand the soft skill, let's go back. I would like to quote Gautama Buddha, and he said, I'll quote. It's a slightly long narrative, but hear this out. He says, "Do not believe in anything simply because you have heard it. Do not believe in anything simply because it's spoken and rumored by many. Do not believe in anything simply because it's found written in your religious books. Do not believe in anything merely on the authority of your teachers and elders. Do not believe in traditions because they have been handed down for many generations. But after observation and analysis, when you find that anything agrees with reason and is conducive to the good and benefit of one and all, then accept it and live up to it." I think this says all. What we need to do, or what we need to develop in us, is not only belief, but believing in the right thing. And how do we do that? I think there are two aspects that come here. So yeah, now I'm slightly better off. I was speaking in a little bit of hollow. So there are few things covered here that I believe is a necessity of today. In this era of WhatsApp, in this era of YouTube, these TikTok videos, we forget that we need to check our thoughts, our ideas, balance them out with what we believe is good for us, good for everybody. We do not do that. And the inquisitiveness has gone. The inquisitiveness is essential for us to ask if this is something that is correct, or do I need this information, or if this information is required, then how do I use it for the betterment of the society? I think that is most important. Keep asking why. The first soft skill that I think is missing in today's time, and I do not want to go into the technical side just now, because I think the college is preparing you for the technical, or for with the technical knowledge, and skill sets would come with experience. I think there are three things here that I think we need, and I believe the topic should be technical knowledge, skill sets, and soft skill. And technical knowledge is something that the college is bringing to you, and preparing you for tomorrow. So knowledge is something that is education. Education is the first step of understanding what is right and what is wrong. That gives you the balance, that gives you the ability to check your thoughts. That is knowledge. Second part is the skill sets. Skill sets come in when you are able to do something skillfully, or when you have been taught or you have been taught in your programs how to overhaul a fuel pump. That is something that is knowledge. How you do it quickly, how you do it safely, how you do it with precision, is something that is called a skill set. Now, the third part, which is also an equally important part, is the soft skill, or the skill sets. Why am I doing this? Why is it necessary to do what I'm doing? How can I do it better? What if something goes wrong? How do I check if it has been done correctly? This inquisitiveness is necessary soft skill that I believe is missing in today's time and era. And I do not blame the generation. Please do not get me wrong. I'm not a person who believes in a generational era, because I think last time also I said the same thing. I believe that this forum is made up of people who are probably of the same age as my son and daughter. So I cannot, I can assure you, they are smarter than me. So if they are smarter than me, so in this forum, I'm 100% sure that this forum consists of people who are smarter than me, or smarter than many of the older generation people. But the problem with the new technology, or the way media plays on our mind, we have stopped asking questions. Please ask questions. Please be inquisitive about whatever is happening. Do not believe, I repeat, do not believe in something that has been handed over to you as on the basis of tradition. Just because I'm saying it does not give you any. I mean, even if I'm saying it, I mean, I'm reading it out and then I'm saying, please do not believe it. Please do not believe just because I'm saying it. Believe is because what is correct and what is not correct is something that is inbuilt in our deep down software. Use your consciousness, use your mind and your thoughts. See if it balances. See if it comes, if it is in line with whatever you think is Satyam, Shivam, and Sundaram. Go back to the basics. What we need today is go back to the basics. Start questioning everything. Okay. So that is point number one. Be inquisitive. Whatever you're doing, ask your seniors when you go on ships. Ask your seniors about why we are doing whatever we are doing. I remember when I joined as fifth engineer, and I'll give you a brief thoughtfulness about my days. I joined my first ship in 1994, and coincidentally, on my ship, I had a turbo generator. I am sure many of you understand. Many of you understand turbo generator. This was an oboe oil and bulk ore vessel, and we had a huge boiler there, and the ship had a turbo generator. So basically, out at sea, we used to switch off the main generator. We used to switch off the auxiliary generator and used to run the turbo generator. And because the running hours of these generators was so small, there was nothing. There was no overhauling done of the auxiliary engine. And I heard from my friends who wrote to me that they were overhauling generators on the other ships. And I was little worried that I go on my next ship as fourth engineer, and when I would need to overhaul a fourth engineer, and I would not understand anything. So I started to read the manual, started to do whatever I could do to understand the nuances of overhauling a generator. And one thing that was very strange for me was how do you order spare parts? For those of you who have not been on ships, you will not be able to appreciate it. But just to give you a brief insight, what do? We on ships order spare parts considering what we think would be required for the next 3 months or 6 months. And one of the things that perturbed me and disturbed me at that point of time, because technically you should understand we do not have a supermarket there. Yeah, there's no spare parts dealer next sitting on the ship who would be able to supply you spare parts when you need it. So you should have the necessary spare parts. You should have the necessary tools and equipment to overhaul any machinery. So I was a little bit surprised as to how the fourth engineer, or the third engineer, or the second engineer, or anybody would be able to envisage what all would be required. So I approached the second engineer, and he threw me out. He said, "Go, I will not explain you. You go and ask the fourth engineer." So I went to the fourth engineer, and same thing. And he says, Vinay, you will not understand. So I persisted, and then finally he showed me some spare parts catalogs, and I understood a little bit about it. And then later on, I realized that there are some things which are known as, or something that is known as consumables, and of course that was there. But this fourth engineer, I met him a few years down the line, and I was second engineer. He was still a fourth engineer. So, but that's another matter. But the point is that you have to be inquisitive. You have to be little bit questioning about how people are doing what they're doing. Question everything. That is point number one. Point number two, of course, second part of the same quote that I made about from Gautama Buddha's teachings is it tells about perseverance. We have to be perseverant. Perseverance is another soft skill that I believe is missing in today's time and world. And again, it is not only about the shipping, it's about everywhere. We would like to have a quick fix solution for everything. We would like to find a solution. We would like to find a way around to get previously we used to have these long videos. Now you have got these TikToks. Again, TikTok is something which disturbs me in many ways, and I'm not against it, but it is the way our mind has started to work. Our concentration has gone down from a couple of minutes or an hour to 45 seconds now, and so has our ability to wait for a solution. It is not the right way to do. You need to be perseverant in whatever you follow, whatever you do. This race is long. Please remember, whatever you are planning to do in your life, with your life, I'm sure all of you do very well in life. Please don't get me wrong. But you need to understand the beauty of perseverance. When you plant a tree, it would take years for it to flourish and for it to bear fruits. Same would be true for your lives. You have to learn that this race is long. Okay, be perseverant. Be perseverant. And I think more than anything else, it's it is it is very important that we do not give up in the middle. Um I know few cases. I know a few cases where people were very close to achieving whatever they wanted to achieve, and they gave halfway through and did not reach their destination. I coined this thought a long way back. If it was not worth going all the way to the end, it is not worth starting in the beginning, starting from the starting in the first place. Uh, let me tell you a little bit about UMMS and about our company. We started off in 2012 when the market was pretty bad, and I'm not taking any credit for where we have reached. It's an amalgamation of many factors. It's a combination of some things that worked for us. Uh, we had a very good team, or we have a very good team. We were supported by many industry partners, many friends, and many people supported us along the way. But there was a time when we had only 17 or 18 ships for almost 2.5 3 years, in the initial 3 years, and money was hardly coming in. We were almost hand to mouth, and there were many things that went wrong during that time, which was not easy to explain today. But it was a hard it was a long it has been a long journey. And this long journey, I think, is something that I think, since we were persistent, since we continued to run this marathon all along, and kept our pace, kept the momentum, kept the original thought process within our sight, that we have to bring in the industry a ship management company that can deliver high quality service at a reasonable cost. And there were many people who believed in us. I mean, there were few clients who came along, and they were speaking highly of us. But every time I was to meet them, they say, whenever we will give you a ship, we'll give you a ship, but it didn't really work out. So it has been a long journey. And this journey, I would not be able to give you to give I would not be able to explain within this half an hour or 45 minutes of my time. But trust me, this long journey finally paid off. I do not say that we are successful or unsuccessful. That is not for me to say at this point of time. But whatever success we have achieved, or whatever we have achieved so far, it has been the combination of believing in ourselves. Believe in yourself, work hard, be ready to give long hours, and wait for the and be prepared. Be prepared for your turn. So when the spotlight falls on you, you are ready. That is the motive here. Have perseverance. And as I mentioned earlier, there are these soft skill parts is very important in our industry more than anybody else, because what we are dealing with are three major things, and the first thing is man, machine, or the three things that are very apt are man, machine, and processes. And machines and processes are things that are handled by men. So please remember that you are dealing with people. Always remember that you have to invest in people more than in anything else. You have to learn to deal with people. You might not be able to find the best of people. It is almost impossible to have your own dream team, but it is possible to make your team the best possible team. Please understand this. It is. I mean, I have been in many. I've been many roles, and one of the roles I think that was the most challenging role, in my opinion, was the role when I was a technical manager. I was a technical manager in my previous company for 3.5, 4 years, and that was more difficult than my present role. I'll explain you why. In my previous company, on my previous role, when I was a technical manager, when I was handling a group of 4 people or 5 people, and the same would be true for a person who becomes a chief engineer. But my role as a chief engineer was slightly easier. I had very simple people. I had people who were, and I was little bit young. I was only 30 when I was a chief engineer. So my energy could drive me, could drive everybody around me to excel. But when I was a technical manager, I was 37 or 36. And there, and 37. And there, I had a team that was excellent team. Okay. I had 4 people who were strong individuals in themselves. And you would find such team or team members where you have to deal with 4 or 3 or 5 strong individuals, those individuals who are not going to be yes men. And those yes men, and if you do not have those yes men, if you have to deal with them, either you need to have the authority to deal with them, or you need to have the skill sets to deal with them. Okay, so either you can tell them that, look, I'm the boss, I would handle this in my way. So either it's going to be highway, or it's going to be my way or the highway. Or you have to show them that you know more than them, or you have something in you that is not available with them. So I found it easier to use my skill sets. I found it easier to deal with them as first among equals, rather than pushing them down. I pulled them up to a point where I gave them the authority to challenge me, and then made myself stronger every single day, so that I can be a cut above them on a daily basis. So it was an unwritten competition. Nobody even understood what I was trying to do. I was trying to make myself stronger. I was trying to make my skill sets honed by giving them an opportunity to challenge me. I do not say that this is the only way to handle things. I do not say that this is the only way you would be able to manage people. And it might have been easier if I would have told them that, look, I'm the technical manager, you are the superintendents, you please listen to me, and this is how it's going to be. But how you not, but in my opinion, what would have happened then is that I would have never ever got the best of them. When I left that group in 2012, that group was the best performing group in the organization, and people would still say that. People would still say that that group performed the best in many ways. We were very strong, and that was not my strength, and that would never be your strength. Remember this: if you are leading a group of people, you do not want weak individuals. You do not want people to be yes men. You would like to have people who are strong individuals who question everything you say. And it comes back to this teaching of Gautama Buddha. We do not want people to believe in us because we say so. We would like them to question everything that I, as a leader, or I, as an individual, say. And if you would like to be a good leader, then you need to have the courage to withstand these uh, small bites. Okay, if you would have tigers as your pet, then they would at times come back at you. Please do not forget. Okay, so and why do I say that? Why do I say that my role in that, and during my role as a technical manager, was a little bit was more difficult than when I became when I started this organization, and I started and my title changed because I was used to it. It is not that I used my authority here. First of all, it was not required. And even after 12 years, I am telling you, if someone walks into our organization and asks people, "Are you scared of Vinay?" and somebody would say, "No, we are not," because I'm not a person who would want to throw his title around. It's not required anymore. My title has no meaning. My title is not going to run this organization to any good to any great heights. My title, if I keep using this title, then it would only bring the organization down. Because titles are for external people. Titles are not for internal people. Internally, we have to be a team. Internally, you have to. When you go on ships, you would be a team member. It does not really matter if you are dealing with a chief engineer or with a motorman or a cadet or an OS or anybody. It has no meaning. Titles are used to define hierarchy. Titles are not used to define the team effort. Titles cannot be used to push one guy against other. Titles are for maintaining decorum at the best. And the less you think of using it, the better. You would probably join as a fifth engineer next contract, and then fourth engineer, and then third engineer, and then one day you will become chief engineers and superintendents, and one day you become the managing director of a company. At no point of time, I think the title holds any relevance. People would how people react to your name behind your back is more important than how people deal with you on your face. Work towards creating a good name rather than working towards creating a stronger title. I'll tell you this: when we were designing our office in 2012, 2015. So we moved office in 2015. And one thing I told people that I do not want to have an office. I do not want an office. I'm fine sitting in the middle. And people objected it. People said, no, you will be fine, but we would not be fine. So we would like to have a little bit of, our time. But otherwise, other than that, I think it is not important. And I say it in many ways. An egalitarian society, an egalitarian behavior by the by the by the in a egalitarian culture works much better than a very top-down behavior. Shipping, unfortunately, I would say, and I have to make you prepared for the future, because whatever I'm telling you is something that you should do. but do not think that this is the order of the day. I don't expect that. Don't expect that when you go on board your ships, you would find such a culture. Please do not think like that. I have to prepare you for the future, because when you go on board and you think that you would walk into an organization where there would be an egalitarian atmosphere there, probably no. Okay, but that does not change how you should behave with your subordinates. You cannot, I repeat, you cannot determine, or you cannot dictate how your seniors would behave with you. You can always define how you would behave with your subordinates. That is a choice you can make. Don't just be don't just be in a place where you're playing passing the parcel. That is not what you should do. Remember this always, always, always. We cannot define how our seniors would behave with us. We can always define how we would behave with our juniors. That is something that is your character. Okay. That is point number 3. I do not know, but I'm not counting, but try probably. Next, one more thing I always believe, and again, I think it's not about TikTok. Don't get me wrong. It's about the biopics that are made. Okay, nothing against biopics. Biopics teach you a lot of things. Biopics tell you how a person. Biopics tell you how a person behaved in a particular situation. Perfectly fine. I think if 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 we can take something from that, it is an amazing thing. But what the biopic cannot tell you, and it is impossible for us to fathom, how was that environment, or how was the environment that generated that situation that this person handled, and the way he handled. You cannot understand the environment. Please understand, you have to work in the environment that is presented to you. And the moment the environment changes, please understand the situation is completely different. No two environments are same. And since no two environments are same, no two situations are same. And since no two situations are same, it is impossible to utilize someone else's experience in your life. I might be breaking some dogmas here, but please remember that you cannot replicate a biopic. It is impossible. First of all, no two situations are similar. But even if they are similar, the environment in which these situations are panning out would be different. Someone out there would be having, or would be bringing in a new dimension in the problem that you are solving. Please remember. And therefore, what you should do. So should you stop looking at the biopics? Of course, no. They're a great motivational, or these biopics provide you with a great motivational message. It is important to see these. It's important to read biographies, important to read autobiographies. It is important to read how people behaved in a certain situation. What you should do is to not use it in its raw form. Do not think of using it in the raw form. You know, just because someone's startup worked does not mean that your startup would work. And just because someone else's startup did not work, what does not mean that your startup would not work. The environment is different, right? If the environment is different, the situation is completely different. And it goes not only to the biopics of today, I'm talking to biopics of all eras. Please use the biopics as a tool. Don't use this as a ready-made product. Live in the moment. Understand the moment. Understand what the dynamics are for that what the dynamics are in that moment. Solve that problem from the basics of using the basics, using the natural laws. Do unto others as you want others to do unto you. That is something that would not fail you. That is not a biopic. You cannot have your cake and eat it too. It does not require a biopic. Live in the moment. Find your own solution. Please remember, finding your own solution is the only way to find the right solution. I was reading I was hearing an interview. I think it was Steve Jobs or Elon Musk. I do not remember which one was that. And this is theirs. This is not mine. So whatever I said just now was mine. But whatever I'm going to tell you, and they articulated it in a different manner. They say, how someone asked this person, how do you recruit a person? So this person said, I asked him about his experience. How was he able to solve the problem? What kind of problems he has faced and what kind of solutions he has found. So if a person has really found a problem or solved a problem, he would be able to, or if a person has only heard someone else solve a problem, he would be able to go one level down, 2 level down, 3 level down. But if a person has really solved the problem on his own, he would go down 10 levels into it. Then I know the person has found his own solution. Another way to put it, another way to articulate it. I believe whatever I said, and whatever I also quoted what somebody else says. Please understand what you need to do, in short, is live in the moment, find your own solution. Okay. Next, last one. I'll take only a couple of minutes. I know okay. So last one. I understand, and I also, again, it's a continuation of what I said earlier. I know that we see a lot of successful people all around us, and we somehow, we tend to measure success in many ways. There's nothing wrong in being ambitious. There is nothing wrong in being ambitious. There is nothing wrong to be able to outperform the others. However, ambition should not be, or ambition should not outdo your optimism. Okay? If you think that If you think that you would like to be successful, there's nothing wrong in it. But wait for an opportunity, or at least understand how the path to success, or what the path to success entails. Be prepared for that. Looking at a success story or hearing a success story would not bring you far. Preparing yourself for the success story would take you far. It is a very common mistake that many of us do, that we look at the Mount Everest without realizing the effort that it takes for us to reach there. Even if a guide finds you, or even if you find a guide to bring you to the Mount Everest, you have to be prepared to go to the Mount Everest. You need to be physically ready and mentally ready to go there. Thinking about going there would not bring you there. All of it turns out to be how well prepared you are for tomorrow. That is something that you can do today. You have got 4 years. Some of you are passing out today. Some of you will be passing out in 4 years. Does not change anything. Does not change anything. You still have tomorrow. But what you can do is to be ready within today. What you would do tomorrow is something that has to be done, that has to be prepared today. I used to work for Maersk Line long back. And I think I'm not so sure if I mentioned this earlier in the previous forum or not, but I would still say it here. He used to say one very simple thing. He used to say that plan is not important, planning is. Plan is not important, planning is. You can do nothing with the plan. If you plan to go to Mount Everest tomorrow, if you have a plan to go to Mount Everest tomorrow, I'm telling you, you would not be able to go there, even with the best of guides. What you need to do is to do the planning. Plan, stick to the plan, be disciplined, have perseverance. One day discipline is not going to do the trick. Be perseverant. Keep asking the question, why do I want to do what I'm doing? Why? How can I do better? What do I need to improve? These are the questions that would make you prepared for tomorrow. Right? I think that's all I would like to say. I mean, yeah, be prepared for, keep planning for tomorrow, be prepared, have perseverance, be disciplined in your life. Yeah. Thank you. I do not know how much time I had and how much time I took, but I hope.
Well, it was an amazing speech indeed, sir. Not gonna lie, I myself have been motivated, and it was really some wisdom which, I will remember personally throughout my training.
Thank you.
So thank you for the words of wisdom. Truly, we are grateful to have you in this session, and especially with your leadership roles in as a technical superintendent and technical manager. And with your initiative on Union Marine Management Services, truly you're truly a great role model to many of our cadets. Now, I would
Thank you
like
so
to
much.
thank you, sir. Sir, now I would like to invite Rear Admiral Dr. P.J. Rangachari, sir, to deliver his words of wisdom on the same topic. Sir has served in the Indian Navy with decades of experience and a true leader. I'm sure he will be able to guide us more through the session.
Good evening, Mr. Vinay Gupta. It was a wonderful talk. I thoroughly
so much.
enjoyed it, and I'm sure the cadets and everyone logged in would have appreciated the nuances that you were trying to bring out for any person who is choosing to have his career and life at sea. It was a very wonderful thing. It was nice to hear so many, cardinal words that had a very profound meaning. And for a person who's going to be at sea, it was everything came out, and I'm sure came out so well, and I'm sure the cadets would have understood and appreciated most of it. I think just to sum it up, what I found at sea is that you need to have a range of qualities that defines you. Other than, of course, the technical knowledge, which is very, very important. You need to have good interpersonal skills. You should be able to interact with everybody present over there. You need to be very humble. You need to have the patience, endurance, perseverance, and the attitude, the right attitude, the never say die attitude. Because at the end of the day, a marine engineer, when he is on board, he needs to do so many things. He will be confronted with a wide variety of situations. Many of the situations perhaps might be occurring for the very first time in his or her life. And there is no quick fix solution, as he very rightly brought out. It needs to be appreciated. You need to have the presence of mind. And presence of mind, of course, works probably the most important on board. You need to be aware of what needs to be done given a set of situations. And I think the bottom line is all these things together define your leadership qualities. And you should hone those skills. You should be able to listen to people. You should be able to work out something on your own. You should be able to find a mid path. You should be able to treat everybody as equal. You should be able to treat everybody as gurus, as and when it is required. And you should have the wisdom to do it. That is very, very important. If you have chosen to have your career at sea, and all these are after you have, learning is a constant process. The willingness to learn should always be there. Whatever might be your age and the years of experience, if you are not able to, if you think that you have learned everything and the door is closed and you know everything, then that's the end of your everything. So the willingness to learn always has to be there. Working relentlessly towards your objectives, which might be not earning a lot of money, but to be able to be a good marine engineer, to be able to be a good human being, very important. That is one of the most important things, no matter what you do, where you work, what are the circumstances in which you find yourself, what are the kind of people that you have in your team. All these become very important. If you are a good human being, believe you me, that your team will be good to you, you will be good to your team. And, that teamwork is very important on board. There's nothing that is going to get resolved all by yourself. And all of these qualities, in great measure, you can actually work yourself through in the 4 years that you're going to be here, or 3 years or 2 years, as the case might be. So to be conscious of the fact that all these play an important role in building your personality here, and whatever is sown here is the one that is going to manifest in some ways. And you yourself will know that, whatever you have, I don't want to use the word drawbacks, but some of the qualities, supposing somebody gets angry very fast, or somebody doesn't have the patience, etc., you will realize that yourself en route, that yes, these are the things that I need to work upon. It's a matter of self-growth also. And I can tell you one thing, the life on board makes you a complete person. It makes you understand who you are, what are the beautiful things in you, what are the things that need to be improved, and how you need to work towards it. how you need to blend beautifully well with the team members who are present there, both juniors and seniors. How you need to, as you very rightly brought out, you need to take care of your subordinates. You need to be nice to your seniors. You need to be able to communicate in a manner that it doesn't look offensive. Now, that's an art in itself. Whatever you want to put across, your ideas, you should be able to express freely. At the same time, you should not be seen to be offensive or, not in some kind of a direct agreement, unless it's an emergency, of course. If there's an emergency on board and something needs to be done, yes, you need to take some action. If you're thorough with the whatever that needs to be done, I'm talking about the marine engineering knowledge part of it, then certainly yes. And other thing is, keep the faculty of your personality open to learning. There will be new things happening elsewhere. Don't think that your life is all restricted to whatever is happening on board your ship or your type of ship. There are many things which are happening outside in the marine engineering domain. You need to keep the habit of reading. So unless you are in touch with what is happening, unless you are in touch with people who have different types of experiences and learn from them, you wouldn't be able to march forward. So there are many things that one needs to do. If you have chosen this life at sea, it's beautiful. It is perhaps the most satisfying thing because it is highly interdisciplinary, both when it comes to the engineering part of it. It demands a whole range of skills which you can get over a period of time. And most importantly, when it comes to management, I think it is one of the most beautiful places where everything is packaged so well for you that you can pick up a whole range of things from there. And at the end of the day, as he is now sitting and working in many other areas, so he will find that you have really contributed something and you are in the process of growing to be a more complete person in this field. So I wish to thank Mr. Vinay Gupta for giving a very comprehensive coverage of all that is present, and I think he did a wonderful job in covering everything what the cadets need to know, and I'm sure it will stand in good stead for them whilst they are here, and I'm sure they will pick up the threads as they complete their journey in this place and learn more and contribute and find happiness as a marine engineer on board. Now, that's very important. You need to have that passion. Thank you so much for giving us this.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you,
sir.
both of you, for being amazing today. I guess our cadets will learn a lot from you guys. And one thing I would like to add is, once again, so all the cadets, so I have interacted with Vinay sir for like a few months now, and I have interacted with his team for over last 1 year. So someone who is in Delhi, or Gurgaon, you guys should try to visit UMS office once. It is very open to visit. A lot of DMETians are there. Spend some time there, and you don't need any permission. So I have spent a lot of time in UMS office. It's a magical place. You will learn a lot. Spend an hour there, 2 hours there. There are so many DMETians that you will learn a lot about industry. So there are a lot of DMETians who are studying in college right now, and they have home in Delhi NCR. Just take a cab, take metro, go to Gurgaon sector 109, spend some time there. Yeah, and then you will see what he's trying to say, and he means business. So that is something. I don't want to add anything on the session. I'm very grateful that I am learning so many things from him and so many things from senior by just plugging in on Sunday. So I hope all the DMETians are welcome, as I have been welcomed in UMS office from time to time, and they get to learn what the magic UMS is doing to the shipping industry. Thank you.
Thank you, Prateek. Yeah, any of you would like to come around, please feel free. We have no barriers, no boundaries. We are very open, and we have a very passionate lot there. Very passionate lot, I must say. I'm truly honored. I'm truly blessed. I'm truly blessed to have a team that we have, and truly honored to be leading it. And thank you. But thank you, sir. Thank you for saying those things that I missed out. What one thing that you rightly mentioned, sir, about passion, about you know, few things. So thank you so much, and your kind words towards us really means a lot. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your enlightening words. Now, we would like to move on to the Q&A session with the cadets. I request the cadets to raise your hands and we will be taking the questions accordingly.
So with your permission, I would like to ask the first question, being the host.
Sure.
Sir, in between your speech, you had mentioned about, adapting as a trainee marine engineer, especially. We have to adapt in the ships, and rank-wise, it is the first stepping stone towards a young officer. And there are oilers, fitters who are way more experienced than us. So, sir, what are the things that we can do, to gain respect on board ships, of especially the ones who are way more experienced than us, so that we can be entrusted with the duties?
In short or in long, how do you want the answer to be? So let me answer it in a concise manner. What they have is experience. What you have is knowledge. Respect them for their experience. Let them find out through their experience that you are more knowledgeable than them. That's the only thing you can do. If you try to overpower them on experience, you would not be able to do that. Play on your strong points. They might have overhauled the generator 100 times. You might be doing it for the first time, but they do not know the ovality better than them. They might not know how to check the ovality. They do not know why the ovality needs to be checked. They do not know why the liner, why the tappet clearances need to be checked. They do not know if a pump is not taking suction. They do not know how a centrifugal pump works. So if you are capable, people would respect you. Do not expect them to respect you for incapability. As simple as that. And you do not have to belittle them because they are only motormen or OSs or whatever. Every person is doing his job. He has experience. Yeah? So respect him for his experience. And then let your knowledge show, or let your knowledge speak for you. If you do not have knowledge, nobody would respect you, for sure. But if you have knowledge, you would gain respect. Water would find its own level. You don't have to do anything about it. Be knowledgeable.
That's very beautifully put. More often than not, one complements the other, provided it comes as knowledge from one side.
Respect people for what they have. Simple. Mutual trust and mutual respect is a cornerstone of everything that you do. Mutual trust and mutual respect. Yeah. If you think that people should respect you, even as a chief engineer, forget about being a TME. Even if it's a chief engineer, you need to respect your TME because he has got the latest knowledge. DMET is preparing you for that. Okay, simple.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I would now request the participants, if they have any questions, to kindly raise their hands, and I will ask them to unmute one time. Yes, we have one cadet. Yes, kindly unmute yourself.
Sir, I am Cadet Shreya Pillai, roll number 9776 from 2022 entry batch. Sir, my question is, as we all know that DMET has been one of the finest maritime training institutes in the country, then if the expectations are high, what according to you would set a benchmark for a cadet of DMET that he or she would stand out and you would look for while assessing a cadet when recruiting from the college?
In simple way, discipline. I think what we see when it comes to a cadet from college, as compared to cadet or TME or fifth engineer from other institutions, what separates us is the discipline. We are, I think, so as I mentioned in the very beginning, you have got three things here: technical knowledge, skill sets, and the soft skills. So technical knowledge any institution can provide, but the skill sets, honing of skill sets, is something that DMET provides in way of discipline. So I think what I've been seeing all these years is that the cadets from DMET stand out in terms of discipline. Other than that, I think I'm not a huge fan of typecasting anybody. As long as a person is willing to putting his hard work and effort into doing a job well. From that perspective, everybody is same. But what differentiates us from others is discipline. That's how I would like to see, or that's what I see normally. Yeah. Is that your question, Sriya? Was that your question? Or do you want to, or I'll put the answer in another way: be more disciplined. That's what we expect from you.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, up next we are having Cadet Ankur Anand. I'm going to ask you to unmute, Ankur.
Sir, I'm Cadet Gautama Anand, roll number 9597. Sir, as you have said, an inquisitive mind is what a cadet has to develop themselves. What are some of your suggestions to inculcate inquisitive mindset among the cadets and how to imply it on daily basis?
Keep asking why, Ankur. Keep asking why. If you can ask five whys to everything that is important in your life, you will develop an inquisitive mind. Try it. It's not easy. Really. Next time you are up against something that is crucial to you, I do not want you to waste your time on simplistic things, but anything that is crucial to you, please ask five whys. Not easy. Yeah. Does it sound okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, try it. It's not easy. I'm telling you. You can have it with your roommate or with somebody else. If you get into that game zone, you would find it very difficult to answer five whys. And keep practicing.
Yes, sir, indeed. Developing an inquisitive mind, especially something, as you said in your initial part of the speech, not to accept things blindly, but to question things, to find the logic of it. Indeed, sir. I would like to request if somebody else is having any questions from the audience, raise their hand kindly. Are we having any questions? Okay, I don't think there are any questions for now.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, sir, for the wonderful speech. Okay, Cadet Akshay Ankit, do you have a question?
Okay.
Yes, please wait.
Akshay is a chief engineer on board right now. If you can unmute him, I'd like to ask a question. He has
Oh,
joined.
okay.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, please.
People have joined from ship to ask questions
Oh
from
my.
that is
An honor.
he has some following in DMET. Has been calling me relentlessly for last 1 hour.
Okay.
Please unmute Akshay. He's my
Yes, sir.
batchmate.
Over to you, sir.
236. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if somebody can make my video also on, because it is showing me video still off. Because without a video, sometimes it seems like you're walking to a black end.
Yeah.
Just give me one moment, Akshay.
We understand. Hi, Akshay. Where are you?
Very good evening, sir. Presently, I'm on board in Iraq. Not a very cozy place to be.
Thank you so much for taking time to be here. An absolute pleasure.
Yes, I heard to your conversation. It was really motivating, fascinating, and empowering all at the same time. With the honesty, you shared your struggle from starting from to be like held up on 17 number for a period of 3 years and literally not making a money out of it. That is really tremendous, because that was my question, that when we all are seafarers, we started from somewhere, and somewhere down the line we have to have, many of us have an ambition to start a system or something of our own. So whenever we think of getting into a multi-million asset management business, or even being a service provider to that huge number business, how do we handle these entry barriers, sir?
I will just give one context to his question, sir. Akshay runs a marine travel platform called Ocean Mate. So maritime travel platform called Ocean Mate. So he is an entrepreneur come sailor as well. So he's been juggling two things at a time very successfully.
Okay, so Akshay, I'm not able to, of course, as I say, or in between whatever I said, I mean it. I would not be able to find a solution for you. I can only relate what I did to find a solution for myself. Okay. So first and foremost, please understand, I do not believe that there is any competitor to anyone. You do not have two companies having the same ethos, having the same mindset, having the same strategy, having the same set of pluses and minuses. Two companies, even though in the same space, would be having a completely different business objective. So for us, my business objective or our business objective was to bring about transparency into the ship management industry. And it was only through objective evidence that people believed that what I say was what I deliver. We do not have any business development person. I mean, after 12 years being in this business, we do not have business development personnel. We never had, we never will have. I do not believe in that concept, and that is a selling point for us. That we do not want to retain a business development person, because what I'm doing is not selling service. What I'm doing is servicing. What I'm not doing is selling service. My service is not on sale. So as I say, it's a completely different thing. So to answer the question, how do you go about setting up or how do you go about selling your business to a company, or to how do you go about convincing someone to give you a multi-million-dollar business? The answer is, I think Dr. Rangachari said it very correctly. You have to have passion, and you have to have, from my side, perseverance. Passion plus perseverance, that would show. It would be like an essence. It would be like a flower that was emanating smell that you cannot avoid. After 12 years now, I'm proud to say that we are known in the industry by the likes of AMSA, by the likes of RightShip. We are known as an industry partner who can be trusted for their transparency. I'm not talking about ship owners. Ship owners believe us is a completely different thing. That would mean only business. If you would like to be a great organization, then these institutions believing you would bring you business. Work on your top line. The bottom line would take care of itself. My viewpoint on it. If it makes any sense to you. Again,
Yeah,
this is
for
my
sure.
solution. This is my solution. Might not fit for you. Please do not quote me if it doesn't work for you. Okay.
Never, sir, never. It can never be. Many suggestions is a suggestion which someone seeks out and someone gives out with an open heart. According to your system, you have to take the essence out of it.
Correct,
Thank you,
correct.
sir. It's really
Essence is not
honorable to
that
get
big.
in touch with you, sir.
Thank you. Akshay. Take care of yourself. You know, Iraq is not the best place to be in, but make the best of what you have.
Yes, I want to do sometime on tankers with rank matrix. Now I have to choose with less favorable conditions.
Fair enough. No problems. Take care. Wish you all the very best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
So next we are having Cadet Vishal Das. He's having a question.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon to you, Ishan.
Sir, my question is how a TME would be trusted by his senior, sir, on board?
Come again, sorry. I didn't understand your question.
Sir, I'm asking that how a trainee marine engineer could gain the trust of his senior, sir, on board.
Hard work, knowledge, keep honing your skills. That's it. Again, the answer still remains the same. If you have what it takes, you would be recognized. People should look for you. I'll tell you this. I'll tell you. I was a fifth engineer on the same ship where we had the turbo generator. I do not know if you're listening from the beginning or not. So on that ship, we had this turbo generator, okay? And I do not know if you would ever work on a turbo, any of you would work on a turbo generator or not, but maybe some of you would. So, you know, it comes with a hydraulic valve that has to be opened in a particular manner, or the one that we had to be opened in a particular manner. And you know, the only person on the ship, on when I was sailing on the ship, the only person who knew how to operate that valve was me, and no one else. It was not that I didn't want to teach anybody. It was not that I didn't want to share the knowledge. Nobody was interested. This 15 is doing it, let him do it. So, point is, if you make yourself, and again, indispensable is not the right word, but if you make yourself useful, people would come to you. Make yourself useful. Indispensable is a strong word. Never ever try that. It's if somebody starts to believe that he is indispensable, he has what Dr. Rangachari rightly said, that you have then become completely useless to yourself, not to anybody else. Then you would stop learning anything. But as long as you become useful to the team, the team members would look out for you. Yeah, Vishal, copied that?
Sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you for your answer.
I would add by saying that, Vishal, you should be willing to work, take on responsibilities. Don't wait for someone to tell what is to be done. Rather, you go and fetch the job and take the risks, take few steps forward. Then everybody will appreciate that you're willing to do the work, no matter what it takes, how hard it is. And nobody ever died of hard work. Let me tell you this. People died of wrong attitude. Wrong attitude can cause death, but never hard work.
Very well said. Very well said, sir. Only thing, be careful in what you operate. Yeah, that is one small caveat I would add to Dr. Rangachari. Don't start to operate anything that you're not so sure about. Okay, don't create a havoc on the ship. What you have done, what you know, what you're doing, please do. That's fine. Do you agree with that, Dr. Rangachari? Yeah.
Yes, yes. Of course, knowledge is very important. That is the bare
Yes.
minimum.
Yes, yes. But after that, what you say
Willingness, yes.
is
Thereafter.
100% right. Willingness to make your hands dirty. Make your hands dirty. That is on a ship, make your hands dirty. Don't be shy of making your hands dirty. I see many TMEs, they come with their hands in their pocket, not appreciate it. Yeah, don't be scared. Get involved. Get involved, be counted. Yeah.
Certainly, sir. Certainly. Thank you for the innovative interaction. I'm sure this Q&A session was especially the questions asked by the cadets was highly.
Yeah.
Now I would like to invite Mr. Ishwarar and Kushal sir for a concluding note on today's session.
Okay.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening, Arun. Good evening. How are you?
Sir, we thank you for your valuable time, sir. You have been always kind enough and supportive to the activities and to motivate us. Thank you for being there on Sunday especially. And thanks to your family also for letting their time. All
Please,
our cadets to have a great mentors, willing to, support them. Thanks to the students, Dipanjan and the new group, sir. I will tell you what has happened over the years. The DMET Samvaad used to be a standalone entity, and it was under the support of DMET Singapore Alumni Association. So what Pratik and we had a discussion because there was some glitches and the things were, what we felt was it could reach a greater audience and it could be well connected also on a platform where the entire transcripts of today's meeting and including your points and all will be documented, will be displayed. So it will be a kind of say permanent repository for the alumni. So we thought we will port the DMET Samvaad to DMET Club and we merge it under the guidance of Pratik, and he has been kind enough to support the initiatives. So with this particular change, what we have is a very, very global, connect for our campus. and it's on a very professional front. So in future, you will see a great events taking place. I'm sure Pratik is there always to support us and our cadets. Plus, the a lot of young cadets who join, they will be immensely benefited by the today's session. Both our director, sir, as well as you, could bring in a range of issues for their benefit. I'm sure that they will, even if they understand 10% of it, it is a big, big takeover actually. Thank you, sir. Panjan, and thanks to all the DMET Samvaad team who are there, who have coordinated well the session. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Pleasure indeed.
Thank you so much. Thank you for giving me an opportunity, and it's always a pleasure to connect back to the college. I learn a lot from here. I can only say that it's a deep learning session for me, more than the cadets. I can assure you that I understand how the psych works. I understand what people are looking for today. So more than anybody else, I learn a lot. Thank you so much for having me here. Thank you, sir, for your time as well, and from you, and thanks for everybody to coordinate here. Thank you so much. An honor to be here.
Thanks very much, Mr. Vinay Gupta, for illuminating, giving an illuminating talk, which I think which will really stand in good stead for all of us. I think it's a very nice thing to learn from everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. This brings us to the conclusion of today's DMET Samvaad session, which was highly interactive and informative. It was to spread the word to all about the need and impact of soft skills. Now, I would like to request Engineering Officer Kumar Sambhav sir, roll number 8647, class of 2022, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Hi guys, I hope the screen is being shared. Can anyone please confirm?
Yeah.
So as we conclude this remarkable session balancing technical expertise and soft skills, what shipping companies would expect from the DMET graduates, I, Kumar Sambhav, roll number 8647, 2018 entry batch, I take immense gratitude and pride in giving this vote of thanks and in admiration for the presence of such distinguished individuals on this call. This session would not have been possible without the collaborative efforts of so many people, those who are involved in this noble initiative of DMET Samvaad. So today I have the distinct honor of expressing our heartfelt thanks to all those who have contributed to the success of this event. First of all, I would like to express my special gratitude to our esteemed guest, Shri Vinay Gupta sir, DMET class of 1989-1993. Sir, your inspirational stories and insights have left an indelible mark on our cadets, inspiring them to dream big and work for their proficiency and skills. Vinay Gupta sir has covered extensively the importance of developing soft skills, creating a name, having a brand, and I believe it is one of the most important aspects in this digital world. And I'm associated with many companies as a marketing and branding consultant, and I can attest to this fact that the power of branding in today's context of developing soft skills, the power of personal branding is a superpower to have. So since we are being also joined by a lot of first years who have just joined the college and whose sessions have also not yet started, so I would want to emphasize on this vital soft skills. This is not just for companies, it is for individuals as well. Our prestigious DMET Kolkata has a long-standing legacy of excellence in marine engineering, and your personal brand should reflect this heritage and your unique strengths. It is very important to note that what you are sharing in the public domain, so be careful of what you are sharing on the social media. A very casual Instagram post or a very casual Instagram story that you put might have great impacts. So be careful of power tool that you have in your hands. And always remember this, that you are the flag bearer of this legacy. So all the actions that you do on the social media should take all of this responsibility in account. And because a lot of distinguished individuals have spoken before me, so I won't take long in sharing anything much from my side. Just a quick actionable tip from my side would be, guys, please leverage the power of LinkedIn to build a network, showcase your skills, and uphold the esteemed reputation of our institute. Don't hide your achievements. Never think that you are being too pompous by sharing your achievements. Guys, in today's world, जो दिखता है वो बिकता है. Everyone else is doing. If DMET doesn't do that, we are gonna fall back. So guys, take leverage of these powerful tools like LinkedIn. You all must be having accounts on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. The world is not there. The world is on LinkedIn. The people who you look up to are on LinkedIn. So get on LinkedIn, see what others are posting, and you are going to be surrounded with great people there. So moving forward, I would like to express my gratitude to the respected director, Rear Admiral Dr. P.J. Rangachari sir. Sir, it is because of your guidance and support that DMET Samvaad has flourished to such heights. And nextly, I would like to thank our beloved mentor, Shri Ishwara Arun Kishore sir, roll number 5020, DMET class of 1997-2001. Sir, we are grateful for your esteemed presence. Your vision and leadership have been the driving force behind many such initiatives that fosters a strong connection between our alma mater and its illustrious alumni, especially this platform of DMET Samvaad. And moving forward, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to Shri Harsh Sinha sir and Shri Sachin Kumar Mehto sir, 2016 entry batch, for the remarkable initiative of DMET Samvaad and helping it preserve through the thick and thin that it has gone through. And moving forward, I would like to thank Sachin Saurav sir, 2017 entry. He's part of the core committee and has always been helpful towards all the activities that take place in the college, specifically in DMET Samvaad. Moving forward to thanking my batchmates who have been great support in this initiative. Abhishek Shahi, roll number 8553, Karthik Keshri, 8640, Mohammad Farhan Agdas, roll number 8657. Now moving on to my juniors who have contributed to great extent in this initiative. Ritvik Kumar, roll number 8923, Wamik Asrar, roll number 8997, and the recently passed out batch, which consists of Cadet Prashant Kumar, roll number 9154, Pratik Raj, roll number 9156, Radhika Kumari, 9164, S. Alfred Trinity, roll number 9191, Saideep Datta, roll number 9198, Syed Umar Khalid, roll number 9247. From the DMET class of 2025, we have Cadet Anna DM, roll number 9311, Cadet Arkya Bashya, roll number 9322, Cadet Piyush Ahirwar, roll number 9340, Cadet Prerana Ghosh, roll number 9441, Cadet Raghav Dhaka, roll number 9446, Cadet Rustam Raj, roll number 9466, Cadet Susnata Mukherjee, roll number 9531, Cadet Yash Mukherjee, roll number 9544. From the DMET batch of 2000 class of 2026, we have Cadet Akshat Tomar, roll number 9574, Cadet Ankur Anand, roll number 9597, Cadet Aryan Patra, roll number 9611, Cadet Deepanjan Chatterjee, roll number 9629, Cadet Pratyush Sharma, roll number 9711, Cadet Shreya V. Pillai, roll number 9776. Thank you guys. You guys have been great support to this initiative. You guys are doing great work for your alma mater, for your college for now. And thank you for all the great work that you have been doing in supporting this great initiative. Last but not the least, I would like to thank everyone behind the scenes who has worked tirelessly, and all the cadets who have enthusiastically joined this session to make this session a great success. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Jai Hind. Back to the host.
Thanks, Kumar.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. This brings us to the conclusion of today's session. Now, I would like to request the dignitaries to please accept the breakout room invitation, which I'll be creating in short while, the photograph session. Thank you all for joining. We look forward to hosting you in the next DMET Samvaad session. The audience may leave the meeting and I'll be creating the breakout.
Thank you.